YouTube, we are going to be reacting to the facts. Oh my god, wait, let me do it again. Hello YouTube, we are going to be reacting to the Fat Electrician. This one is called the Fat Files. Waffle House, the Roman Colosseum of the South. I obviously am not American, so I do not know what a Waffle House is. We don't have that here in Germany. But I'm guessing it's like a fast food restaurant or something. And yeah, Fat Electrician is going to explain it to me, so I'm sure this is going to be fun.
I actually debated on which channel I was going to upload this video on, because on one hand, we're going over a business and the business model that it has, but on the other hand, this restaurant is basically the Roman Colosseum of the South, and I'm pretty sure if you eat there enough, you actually get a deployment patch from the US military. Regardless, I wore my schnazziest tank top for the occasion. Today we're talking about Waffle House. Okay, just to be completely clear with everybody, I was pretty sure I was not going to get caught off guard because Waffle House is already absolutely crazy. I started looking into it and then found out that Waffle House is somehow connected to the Manhattan Project from World War II. So they managed to actually surprise.
Wait. Is it Waffle House just a fast food restaurant, kind of like McDonald's though? What am I hearing? What do you mean World War II?
We're going to get to it right after a word from our sponsor. Yeah, babe, what's up?
Hey, I need a boombox.
Okay, I can go get you one.
Perfect.
All right, I'll go get it now. Love you.
What is a boombox?
1 hour later.
Where's that boombox that I asked for?
Oh, it's right here. I got it for you.
Wait,
What is that?
yeah. I don't even know what a boombox is, and I know it's not a freaking gun.
The boombox.
No, I wanted something to play music with.
Oh, that kind of boombox.
Also, like a speaker.
Yeah, I got this instead.
Okay, we'll go to the store and get me a boombox so I can listen to music.
Can I keep this one still?
I don't care.
This video is brought to you by Delete Me, a super simple business model. You give them money, they turn around and they make sure that online data brokers are not selling your personal information online. Okay, here's the deal. Pretty much anytime you use
I feel like everything online is selling your data anyways.
Terms and conditions, you've basically just agreed to allow them to harvest.
No, the gun is from Q. They call it the boombox.
They then turn around and sell that to online data brokers, and that's how they can afford to offer you a free service. But when you have Delete Me, they go and they monitor all of these online data brokers for your personal information, and then if they find it, they submit all the opt-out forms on your behalf, so they have to take down and stop selling that information. So when you buy Delete Me, you're not actually buying anything, you're just buying your way out of all the negative consequences of all the free shit that you've already gotten. And because they continue to monitor those,
you can play music with that too. No, you can't.
Of all the free shit
except if like the cries of your enemies are music, then sure.
Code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, Waffle House.
Okay.
The story begins with a gentleman by the name of Tom Faulkner. This man graduated from law school at 23 years old, passed the bar, and immediately gets drafted in 1940 in the days leading up to World War II. Because he graduated from college, he's presented with two different options. He can A, go straight into officer training, and that's a 3-year commitment, or he can just be a normal draftee and go in as an enlisted soldier, and that is a 1-year commitment. Now you gotta remember, at this point in time, like 1940, while World War II is currently going on.
Wait, what is the difference though? Don't like both of them still go to war anyways? Or does like one of them just stay back home and the other goes to war? What would be like the difference?
America's not involved yet. The attack on Pearl Harbor has not happened. And prior to the attack on Pearl Harbor, the American people did not want to go to war. Because of that, Tom Faulkner figures, hey, we're not actually going off to war. I don't want to waste 3 years of my time just being in the military, not actually, you know, fighting a war or whatever. So he chooses to be a draftee. Goes into the military as an enlisted soldier, E1 private. From there, goes off to basic training. As soon as he gets through basic training, the attack on Pearl Harbor ends up happening. America enters the war. He immediately opts to go into OCS training and commits for 3 years.
Oh my god, I wish he would actually explain what an E1 is, what's an OC, because like what the hell am I listening to? I don't know what all these means. I'm just going to assume soldier man.
After he completes the officer training course, he actually gets slotted to be a counterintelligence officer, where he does, and I quote, a lot of top secret stuff.
You see, my identity must remain mysterious and my mission secret. I cannot reveal it to you.
You can actually tell in the interviews that he gave later on in his life, like in his 70s, 80s, and 90s, that he's still not sure what he is and what he isn't allowed to talk about. But he did end up telling us that basically it was his job to try to sneak onto military bases, not as military personnel. So he would basically disguise himself as like a painter or a carpenter or whatever, and try to infiltrate a US military base to expose weaknesses within the system to help counteract enemy spies. So he does that for a couple of years, and then one day he ends up getting orders like, hey, you're going to Knoxville, Tennessee. And he's like, okay, for what? And they're like, don't worry about it, just show up. So he shows up in Tennessee and he's given his orders, and those orders, I'm paraphrasing here, but they're essentially, hey, here's your partner. You two are gonna hop in that truck and you are gonna drive it from Knoxville, Tennessee to Los Alamos, New Mexico. You guys are gonna dress in plain clothes. You're not gonna look at what's inside the truck. You're not gonna talk about what's inside the truck. You're gonna take—
Is that really far from Tennessee to New Mexico? Is it really far or not really? Maybe like a 2-hour drive or 4? E numbers are the different tiers of enlisted service members, and then officers have different ranks. Yeah, but what exactly do they do though? Is he like a medic? Is he like the one in charge of carrying the weapons? What do they do?
Take this map and take that exact route. This route avoids every major city and every major highway. You are going to drive straight there, 53 hours straight, taking turns sleeping in the passenger seat.
53 hours? Jesus. Wait, no, that's impossible, no? America is not that big. Well, it is big. What do you mean that's not a lot? 53 hours? What? That is very, very long. That's really long.
And not stopping for any reason whatsoever. And he does this for the next year and a half, pretty much non-stop. And then like 20, 30 years after the fact, he finds out that he was actually hauling the majority of the enriched uranium for all of the nuclear testing and the building of nuclear weapons. Which, as we all know, brings about the end of World War II, at which point he gets out of the military, moves back home to Atlanta, Georgia, starts helping his dad out with his real estate agency. Now he does that for about 10 years, and during this time he ends up selling the house right next door to his to another guy by the name of Joe Rogers, and they pretty much become best friends. Joe Rogers was also an Army veteran. He was actually a pilot that flew B-24s in World War II. When Joe got back home after the war, he did not want to go off to college, so he actually just took the first job that he was offered, being a short order cook at a now defunct restaurant chain known as Toddle House. He worked his way up, becoming a restaurant manager.
Toddle House, Waffle House. Let me guess, they turned it into Waffle House. From Tennessee to New Mexico is 16 hours, 54 minutes by today's travel speed.
Then eventually becoming a regional manager. And then one day his neighbor and best friend, Tom Faulkner, real estate agent, always looking for the next investment, comes to him and is like, hey, I'm thinking about opening up my own restaurant. I can get the real estate deal going on that side. I just wanted to know, like, if I opened up and bought a franchise of Toddle House, would you be willing to run it for me? Now at this point, it's like 1954, 1955. Joe Rogers has a ton of experience inside the restaurant industry, and he basically tells his best friend, like, hey, don't open a Toddle House. You should start your own thing. Toddle House's business model isn't that great. If you start your own restaurant, I will help you run it. He then goes off on vacation.
Okay, that's actually a really good friend though, because that was really good advice. I hope he gave him
by the
something.
time he comes back, Tom Faulkner has already bought the real estate and comes to Rogers and is like, cool, what's the business we're starting?
Where's Pancake's house?
What?
We stop at Pancake's house.
And within the span of like 6 months, the very first of what is now the legendary restaurant chain of Waffle House opens. And Waffle House is legendary, probably for all the wrong reasons. I mean, even if you've never been to a Waffle House, you've heard about Waffle House because, well, I mean, Kid Rock got in a fight there. You've got Haley Booth, the viral Waffle House cook known as the last chairbender.
Oh my God.
There's entire subreddits and YouTube channels almost exclusively dedicated to all the fights that break out at Waffle House. I remember the first time I went to a Waffle House, I stretched—
Wait, but if there are fights going on in Waffle House, why don't they pay for like security and stuff like that? Eh? Like, why do they just let this happen though? Like, this could be really, really dangerous for both the, the clients and the workers there. Never got to witness that. The staff will just beat the out of you. Is that legal? Like, I don't know. I don't think that's legal though. Isn't it like really popular in America to just sue people for anything?
First, I grabbed a GoPro. I was ready to yell World Star. Nothing exciting happened. I just had delicious breakfast at like 3 o'clock in the morning, which is probably 99% of people's experiences, because despite all of the negative PR, Waffle House makes a ton of money and has an incredible business model. Okay, Waffle House had about $1.4 billion in revenue last year, which is about $650,000 per location. And when you take into consideration that each Waffle House is absolutely tiny—
Wait, okay, I know there's a lot of Americans in the chat. Is Waffle House more popular than Subway, for example? Like, if you were to choose, where would you go? Waffle House or, I don't know, McDonald's, Subway? Oh no, it's not that popular then. Okay, it's not that popular. Imagine walking peacefully at a waffle place and then receive a flying chair in your face. I would quit the next day. Like, I don't even— don't they pay workers in fast food restaurants in America really low? It's not really worth the headache though.
Impressive. Out of their 2,100 tiny Waffle House locations, their yearly stats are 58 million cups of coffee, 124 million waffles, 153 million servings of hash browns, 272 million eggs, which is about 2%
it is really popular.
Of all the eggs consumed in the United States of America, and 85 million strips of bacon. Yes, I did the math. That is about 8,000 miles worth of bacon.
I worry what you just heard was, give me a lot of bacon and eggs. What I said was, give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
So Waffle House is obviously doing something right. What exactly are they doing? Well, it all comes down to their business model and their branding. Now, with the Waffle House branding, all the negative PR about fights always breaking out at Waffle House, in a way, has actually helped them out a ton, because Waffle House, by and large, is pretty much a regional chain. It's primarily down in the South, yet Waffle House has become a household name pretty much everywhere in America. You could have never even seen a Waffle House, and you already know Waffle House is open 365 days.
Okay, wait, who has seen a Waffle House in chat? Because like Amber just said, there's no Waffle House close to them. So that means it's not really, you know, everywhere. It's not really everywhere. Maybe like only in the famous cities is where it's at. There's around 2K locations in all of America though. I feel like that's not that much. Not in Brazil. Okay, I'm talking to American. I'm talking to Americans in the chat.
Is a year, 24 hours a day, and they serve breakfast. Why do you know they serve breakfast? Because their name is fucking Waffle House. I mean, look at this sign. You're driving down the road, you see that, you know everything you need to know. They sell breakfast. The end. Do that with another breakfast place. If you're not from there and you don't know what a Denny's or a Perkins or an IHOP is, you have no idea.
I don't know what any of these are. What is an IHOP? What the hell is a IHOP? A iPhone version of a restaurant? I'm sorry, I had to make the joke.
It's just a restaurant, maybe. Waffle House, they're selling
you don't
waffles, which
intentionally
means
choose to go to Waffle House. You find yourself there drunk at 3 a.m. missing a shoe.
Oh my god, what the hell? IHOP, known for breakfast food, International House of Pancakes. Oh my god, I love pancakes so much.
there's like a 99% chance they sell other breakfast food. Fucking sold, I'm in. So already, the branding is absolutely incredible, but here's the true genius of it. Why did they call it Waffle House? Why didn't they call it Breakfast House or Bacon House or Hash Brown House? It's because waffles had the highest profit margin. I cannot stress to you enough how absolutely genius that is, right? Because you don't need to sell breakfast, all right? Everybody's already in.
Wait, is like waffles like really, really popular food in America? I mean, you guys already know, I have never eaten a waffle before. Like, it just wasn't really, I don't know, it wasn't really calling my name as much as pancakes, so I just never tasted it. Waffles are tasty, but it's not breakfast, it's desserts. Oh, is it sweet? Well, we do have waffles here in Germany, okay? Don't misunderstand me. It's just, I never personally was interested in eating waffles. It just looks like regular bread that just has a shape, that's it. You know?
Breakfast, okay? I could be blackout drunk at 4 in the morning and you could ask me, hey, do you want breakfast? I'm coming up like the Undertaker every single time. And then you go, the only thing open right now is Waffle House, okay? I was already sold on breakfast from the get-go, but because Waffle House is where we're going, guess what I'm getting? A waffle, and they're making more money. It makes sense that Tom Faulkner was a counterintelligence officer because the man literally said 2 words and has already subconsciously tricked you into ordering the most expensive thing on the menu that makes him the most money. So the branding of Waffle House is both simple and brilliant, and the rest of the business model matches that to a T. Okay, all Waffle Houses are like virtually identical. They're very small. They only seat like 30 people, and you can actually see the cook making you your food. Now, at a glance, you're just
That is actually what I like to see, though. I don't like when I can't see the cook cooking. Because, like, I don't know if he's wearing hand gloves, if he's being tidy. I do not like that. I don't. Even when I go to, like, restaurants, I don't eat at restaurants where I can't see the cook. I just don't.
Like, oh, they're just going for that like 1950s drive-through type of a vibe, which they are, but there's way more to it than that. Because the restaurant is so small, the kitchen never has the opportunity to get bogged down, meaning that they're moving tables very, very quickly. So instead of having one kitchen and 100 customers, you've got one kitchen and 30 customers, and you can just turn those tables over 3 times faster, which pretty much guarantees that every customer is going to get exactly what they wanted. Okay, they're not going in there for 5-star dining. They're going in there because they're hungry and they want breakfast, and now they're going to get breakfast really quick in a small set.
Oh my god. You know what would be a good idea? Like the same way, like here in Germany, I don't know if they do it in America though, but every single club, there's always a McDonald's or like a Burger King close by. So like anytime you have like a bunch of people coming out of the club like really, really drunk and obviously hungry, bam, there's a freaking McDonald's that you can just go in there and eat. Do Waffle House do that though? Because that you would make a lot of money from that. Just like putting Waffle House or other fast food restaurants close to the club. In the UK, it's always a kebab or chicken shop. Oh, yeah, it's the same thing in America. You're drunk, horny, and hungry. We can solve one of those problems. Yeah, the convenience is always there. That's why I said you find yourself there at 3 AM drunk. Oh, okay.
That doesn't feel like a packed restaurant where they have to wait in line to be seated. And I know what you're thinking. What if one Waffle House just reaches its maximum capacity, right? What if it's just completely full with a line out the door 24/7 every day of the year? Waffle House surely would build a bigger Waffle House, right? No, we're gonna take the same parking lot and right next to that first Waffle House, we're gonna build a second fucking Waffle House, okay? The plan is working, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. Which is one of those things that seems dumb, but is actually brilliant. So obviously speed is key to this business model, and they've done themselves a big favor with their menu because their menu is overwhelmingly simple, okay? It's literally...
I want to see the menu. Wait.
With their menu because their menu is overwhelming.
So they have burger, sandwich. I'm guessing these are like waffles, then French toast. Is this schnitzel? Steak. It's steak. Steak in the morning? Oh my god, gordo. Oh my bad.
Overwhelmingly simple, okay? It's literally one side of one piece of paper. Okay, the entire menu is comprised of like 10 things. They have waffles, sausage, bacon, ham, eggs, toast, biscuits, gravy, butter, and syrup.
Oh my
Guess how many flavors
god.
of syrup they have? One. It's syrup flavored syrup. The entire menu is simple, exactly how it's supposed to be. Oh, sorry, they have hash browns too. Sorry, 11 things, not 10. Anyways, moving on. Another reason they do so good is they actually might be the best fast food chain when it comes to taking care of their employees. They pay them higher than average. They have super flexible schedules, and they're one of, if
I mentioned earlier that they probably don't even pay them that much, but it seems like they do. Do they pay them more than McDonald's and the other fast food restaurant chains?
not the only fast food chain that actually offers all their employees healthcare and dental insurance.
Wow.
Okay, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, okay, but really, how good are they actually treating the Waffle House employees? I got the one stat that's everything you need to know, okay? Waffle House treats their employees so well that employees are willing to commute into a natural disaster to work at a different Waffle House when the occasion arises. Yeah, Waffle House is open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and they mean it, okay? Whenever there's like a hurricane coming or some type of impending natural disaster, Waffle House organizes what they call a jump team, a bunch of Waffle House employees from a different region that's going to be unaffected.
Wait. Well, why can't they just close the place during a hurricane though? Oi, isn't that like putting like the employee and also the consumer that's like looking for food during hurricane in danger? The Waffle House index is a real thing. Yeah, even McDonald's don't do that. No, what, health insurance? No. If Waffle House is closed, then you need to evacuate the entire state. Oh my god. Wow. If Waffle House is closed, USA freaks out. That's insane.
Because they know that their local employees are going to be busy taking care of their own family and their own houses during a hurricane, so they bring in teams from outside the region to work inside of a natural disaster, and they're willing to do it.
I never said thank you.
I'll never have to.
Okay, McDonald's can barely get their employees to show up on a good day, and Waffle House has employees volunteering to commute into a hurricane to make breakfast. And this is the most impressive part of the business because Waffle House has the best logistics and preparedness of any company I've ever seen ever. The only entity that beats them in logistical capacity is the United States military. Waffle House is literally ready for absolutely anything. Every single Waffle House has the playbook inside of it that details exactly how the staff is supposed to handle literally any type of emergency or situation that could possibly arise. And if for some reason the situation comes across that isn't in that playbook, after it happens, they immediately add it to the playbook. It covers tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, a hole in the roof from a branch falling, a car driving into the restaurant. You can drive a car into Waffle House.
Oh my God, anything can happen in America. What is this? I have never seen this happen here. I mean, I'm sure it's happened already, but I've never seen it on the news. Like, what the... What is this? Oh my God, what am I looking at? The most American photo ever. Literally, what the hell? Oh my
and they're
God.
still planning on staying open. The playbook even has detailed plans for every type of disaster for what the local employees, while they're not working, should go home and do to make sure that their house and their family are safe as well. Every single Waffle House has a backup generator. The stovetop, it runs on propane, and they have a bunch of extra propane tanks on hand. Flashlights, candles, batteries, backup water. They have a special menu of what they're able to serve when the water is out and they're running on reserve water. When a Waffle House location is going to be in a disaster area, that Waffle House stocks up on extra food, and then all of the neighboring locations in the unaffected area also stock up and stage food there to get them more food when they need it. If Waffle House is a standing structure, those motherfuckers are serving breakfast come hell or high water.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Dude.
I'm not leaving.
Waffle House is so good
Okay,
at this.
now I get what you guys mean. That like, if a Waffle House closes down, that means that hurricane that is coming or tornado or whatever natural disaster is coming, yeah, you need to leave. You need to leave the area. Holy shit, that's insane. Hey, it happened more often than you think it does. I live in Korea and this literally happened last month. What? Oh my God, what the hell? If a Waffle House is closed, people are dead. Waffle House is basically a bunker? Holy.
That FEMA uses them to gauge how bad natural...
Wait. What is FEMA? If we're talking about food, then it has to be like food, environmental, medical association. Well, what does FEMA mean? What does FEMA mean? I just know it has something to do with food. Federal Emergency Management, I was way off. Yep, it doesn't have anything to do with food. You know what, editor, delete that.
Disasters really are. Yes, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, literally uses the Waffle House Index to gauge how bad a disaster is. Okay, green, Waffle House is running as normal. Yellow, Waffle House is using the backup generator or having to use an altered menu. Red, Waffle House is closed. People are probably already dead by that point. Waffle House is literally the Terminator of the fast food industry, okay? The fact that the federal government, probably the most powerful entity on the planet, maybe ever, looks at a chain of restaurants and is like, man, if Waffle House is closed, we need to mobilize the National Guard, is crazy. Now, maybe you guys are thinking the same thing I was at this point in my research, and I'm like, man, I need to invest in this company. I need to see if I can open up my own Waffle House franchise. This company's awesome. And this is where the bad news comes in. I mean, technically you can franchise a Waffle House, but most of us probably can't. The company is privately owned. It's not on the stock market. It's still owned by the families of the original two founders. And while they do allow franchises, they are super picky about who they let buy in to have a franchise, and they make it very, very expensive to buy in to make sure this is actually what you want. And while that is unfortunate,
okay, that's actually a really good thing though. That's actually a really good thing. It keeps like those who are just there to like ruin it away from them. Like only if you're serious do you like, you know, enter and get and you're able to like buy it. So that's a good thing. Yeah.
Actually kind of awesome. It's a company that actually has morals and cares about their image more than they care about next quarter's profits, okay? It's a company
that's
that
really
is committed
good.
themselves to making breakfast under any circumstances, and they're going to see that through till the very end, even though they could probably make way more money by just selling franchises and letting whoever...
I love that they're not thinking about the whole let's just make money. Like literally the way McDonald's and other franchises think. It's like, I didn't know Waffle House was like this though. This is insane. Like, I feel like I would feel safe there, but just because of all the videos I've seen online of where, like, you know, you would see like in a Waffle House people are fighting each other, or like there's someone being a freaking chair bender, you know, you would think, oh, Waffle House, ish, that restaurant is kind of crazy.
Throw up a Waffle House. And now for the fairy tale ending, Joe and Tom worked together as best friends for 62 years to build Waffle House into what it is today. They both passed away at the ages of 97 and 98, and now Waffle House and their legacy lives on as that company is still being operated by their kids, and that is the American dream. Get together with one of your best friends, pick a goal, even if it's something as simple as serving breakfast to people, and never let anything get in between you and achieving your goal, even hurricanes and floods and natural disasters, apparently. Work with your best buddy for 62 years straight, and then die together and hand it off to your kids. In conclusion,
amazing
Waffle House is the most
conclusion.
American company ever, and that's why I love it. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Okay, I like this video. I actually did like this video.
Two homies that dedicated their life to serving my drunk ass breakfast at 3 a.m. I'm gonna get teary-eyed next time I go to a Waffle House.
He's not right. Oh my god. Okay, this is a good video. I liked it. I actually liked it. Okay. The fighting at the Waffle House gets views. A regular visit with nothing happening apart from getting good food is simply not as interesting. I mean, Fat Electrician literally said in the beginning that he went to the Waffle House ready with his GoPro, and he unfortunately didn't. He unfortunately didn't see anything, and all he had to do was just get breakfast and eat in peace. Like he wanted some action. Oh my god. Your visit will just be trying out food locations by this point. Or if I go to America, to be honest, I would just be eating and eating.